when you look at Fox and Friends, they are now, according to a Media Matters study, spending more time talking about Obamagate, something that the president came up with that even he cannot describe, than they are talking about COVID. And it really just, furthers the narrative that Fox and Friends is the mouthpiece of the White House. But they've slowed their COVID coverage, and they've put in more Obamagate, and we can see the numbers there. I can't see it, unfortunately. Maybe, Cenk, you could help me with those numbers a little bit. Yeah.
So they spent 35 minutes talking about coronavirus that's killed 88,000 people in America already. But they spent an hour and 9 minutes talking about Michael Flynn and Obamagate. Twice as much time talking about a thing that does not exist as opposed to the thing that is the most amazing and awful pandemic of our lifetimes.
Yeah, you don't need to know much more than that to know that Fox and Friends, but Fox News in a bigger picture, is just a part of the campaign wing of Trump-Pence 2020, and that's how they are going to be doing things. So this is about gathering the base, and the base watches Fox, and the base doesn't want to hear about COVID and ineffectiveness and the fact that there's no efficacy to testing. They want to hear about Michael Flynn, who was exonerated, but then now they're going to sue the Justice Department, and they want to hear about the fact that Obamagate existed, and Barack Obama and Joe Biden were part of that, started it, and that's why we shouldn't elect Joe Biden. It's just going to go on like that. So it's such an important thing that they have, such an advantage they have to have that on the air every day.
But Michael, President Trump, I mean, if he was asked what Obamagate is, I mean, it's the crime of the century. He would obviously know it, right?
Well, of course he would. He'd be able to say it. I mean, let's say a reporter came out and asked him about it. Someone like, Phil Rucker from the Washington Post. I wonder what that would sound like.
President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history by far. Those were your words. What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected, and it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. But I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours.
Yes, beautiful. And he articulated of Obamagate so well that you understand why Fox and Friends would say, well, we have to cover this. Here are our friends at Fox and Friends.
Do interviews with mainstream media outlets over the next week or two. How many people actually ask him questions? Because when you look at the nightly news last night, Ainsley and Brian, not many, actually, I think only CBS, where Catherine Herridge now works.
That's right.
Devoted any attention to this story about the unmasking.
Yep, 50 seconds. NBC didn't cover it, ABC didn't cover it, and Biden's team released a statement. They were saying that President Trump is just trying to distract from his corona response, which they're not happy with.
And here you have the former administration putting a target on the incoming administration. That is incredible, and every network should be covering this, but right now it's getting scant coverage.
Yeah, Kaylee, on that point, a lot of networks are not covering it.
Right. And not only did CBS cover it, the only reason they did is because Catherine Herridge, who used to work here, is working over there and covered it. They're not covering it, guys, because there's nothing to cover. Even the person who brought it up can't tell you what it is.
But Michael, I figured out why they spent an hour and 9 minutes on it. It's probably how long it took to try to guess at what the hell it is. Brian, what do you think Obamagate is? Or tan suit? No. It's got to be that he put mustard on his burger. It's got and then Ainsley comes in. No way, guys. Remember when he saluted, but he had the coffee cup in his hands? It's been going on a long time. It's been going on a long time.
What about that time he was presidenting while black?
or just like being black before being president. It's been going on a long time.
Long time. You're going to hear more about it, too. You're going to hear plenty more about it. And Joe Biden allowed all this to happen.
It's true. Joe Biden did allow Barack Obama to be black while president.
Yeah. Amazing. But so far, it is the emperor's new clothes. So far, it is something that nobody can actually pin any kind of knowledge on. I watched Tim Miller last night, who used to work for Jeb Bush, talking about it on Brian Williams' show, The 11th Hour on MSNBC. And Tim Miller actually did a good job of trying to explain what it is, but still nobody knows because there isn't anything there. And this is something they're trying to drum up to get their rabble roused. And the experiences of watching this president when he was a candidate, it works. And that's the bad part.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.